must get ready and prepare for the coming of the Lord. He's coming soon. He may be already here. Walking on in fear nor acting anger. To move is such we can as much afford. Open up your heart to help a stranger. Prepare, get ready for the coming of the Lord. Of the Lord. Is purity held up in Harlem? They bear the cross, they're so lost in LA.
Welcome everyone as I'm getting things together here. A musical interlude here. We can start off with some country gospel straight out of the state of Tennessee. This is produced in the state of Tennessee by people from Tennessee. That's me. We're gonna come here and do this here while I'm getting the last few set up here. I want y'all to come in and share this broadcast.
Must get ready and prepare for the coming of the Lord. He's coming soon. He may be already here. Walking on in fear nor acting anger. To move is such we can as much afford. Open up your heart to help a stranger. Prepare, get ready for the coming of the Lord. Of the Lord. Is purity held up in Harlem? They bear the cross, they're so lost in LA. Back in Detroit and Flint, Michigan, by the San Fran, Tampa Bay. London town is going down. America sinking like a stone. Rome is burning, the world is learning how it feels to be alone. Walking not in fear nor acting anger. To move is such we can as much afford. Open up your heart to help a stranger. Prepare, get ready for the coming of the Lord. Coming of the Lord. he could fool. God is tired and he's having none of that. He's losing his patience for sin. Republican, independent, or Democrat, time to make the world great again. Walking not in fear nor act in anger. To move as such we can't much afford. Open up your heart to help a stranger. Prepare, get ready for the coming of the Lord. The 19 COVID angels wreaking havoc in the land, carrying the signs of danger to every woman, every man. Terrible storms are brewing. War has come to the battlefield. The kingdom shall come to ruin as the truth shall be revealed. Walking not in fear nor act in anger. To move as such we can as much afford. Open up your heart to help a stranger. Prepare, get ready for the coming of the Lord. The coming of the Lord. He's coming soon.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining me, who has ever joined me. I'm a little bit late. I should have known something would go wrong at the last minute. But I'm pretty straight. I got my StreamYard set up. So if you are watching me right now, hey, you got to come in, give me your comments. Let me know you joined us here tonight. And I'm actually trying to, hopefully I get a live audience, or either whether it be live at the same time that I'm on broadcasting, or whether it be replay. I'm hoping that all that text bombing that I did yesterday in people's comments, that somebody saw that. But whether they did or not, I'm going to still fulfill my obligation as president and supreme minister of Geechee Line Music. And I'm hoping that, again, that you are all seeing this and it is live. My screen is telling me that it's live. Hopefully it is. Let me grab my phone. I'm going to grab my phone. In the meantime, I ain't going to leave you hanging. Let me put another. See if I got another song here. And I'm gonna go ahead and cue up Coming of the Lord one more time.
Must get ready and prepare for the coming of the Lord. He's coming soon. He may be already here. Walking not in fear nor acting anger. To move is such we can as much afford. Open up your heart to help a stranger. Prepare, get ready for the coming of the Lord. Of the Lord. Is purity held up in they bear the cross.
Musical dedication. A little country gospel.
Back in Detroit and Flint, Michigan, by the San Fran Tampa Bay, London town is going down. America sinking like a stone. Rome is burning, the world is learning how it feels to be alone. Walking not in fear nor acting anger. To move is such we can as much afford. Open up your heart to help a stranger. Prepare, get ready for the coming of the Lord. Coming of the Lord. Satan was giving his time. God gave him the freedom to roam. See how many hearts he could turn, how many souls he could fool. God is tired and he's having none of that. He's losing his patience for sin. Republican, independent, or Democrat, time to make the world great again. Walking not in fear nor acting anger. To move is such we can as much afford. Open up your heart to help a stranger. field, walking not in fear nor act in anger. To move is such we can as much afford. Open up your heart to help a stranger. Prepare, get ready for the coming of the Lord. The coming of the Lord. Oh, Lord. He is coming soon.
Yes, well, I'm here. And if nobody else is here, whoever else is here is here. I'm not going to worry about it. This is Geechee, and I'm here to fulfill my duty and my obligation as the president and supreme minister of music for my company, corporation, if you will, which is me, Geechee Music. I'm your host, Anwar Kente. Appreciate if anybody comes along tonight live that you would subscribe to this channel, share this broadcast, and like. I'm figuring I'm going to be on here. I'm going to give myself at least 30 minutes tonight because this is like a combination tribute to a dear friend, I say a dear musician, philanthropist, humanitarian, and just an all-around good person. I will share some pride in having roots in Tennessee, as she does. Of course, her roots, I believe, was in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Mine, of course, is in Memphis, Tennessee. I consider Memphis to be my musical home, ancestral home. My mother was born there. And I try to go back and visit Memphis at least once a year. And I produce quite a bit of music coming out of Memphis. I've done 4 albums worth of material I've done just about in Memphis. And I also have a couple of songs that I have produced in Nashville. And I hope to do that again soon. I'm going to contact the person who was involved in my other productions out of Nashville. I think I definitely want to try to get him to produce a version of Dolly. So those of you, the few of you who may have been following me at some point, to some extent over the past 3 years, I've been vlogging on this particular channel for about 3 years. I believe I started May of 2023. So it's over 3 years ago. And I recently launched, this year really, I launched the second channel, which is Geechee Music Radio. And that's the same name of the streaming service that I have, my own streaming service that features my original music and the original music of some of my associates. Gerard Rayborn being one, rest in peace. He just passed away a few months ago. And I was privileged to interview him a few times. And I also did some live recording of his concerts, performances, and also I had the honor of having him record one of my songs. Again, this was in Memphis, And the name of that song was Don't Walk Out of My Life Again. Those of you interested in hearing that and or purchasing it, you can go to my website, geecheemusic.com. I also think have it out there on YouTube as well. But I just want to say that I'm broadcasting to you now from my Geechee Line Music headquarters here in Chicago, Illinois. I just got here Monday night. Today is Wednesday, so it was not even 2 days ago. And this is my national headquarters, number one. Of course, number two headquarters is in Memphis. And now my third headquarters is in Davao City in the Philippines. This very room, this basement that I have called home or called a place to sleep, eat and create and work. This is also the room that I found out that Marvin Gaye had passed. Matter of fact, I'm looking over at the very spot where I was sitting when I heard the news on the radio that Marvin Gaye had been killed. Those of you who know me, are familiar, or say give a damn, know that Marvin Gaye is very special to me. A couple of songs I've done, I would say influenced by him. Again, anybody, if you're coming into the broadcast, please subscribe now and like now and share this broadcast and give me a comment. If you don't do numbers, say hello, boo. You know, I'm watching tonight from whatever city. And then if you shared it, say that you shared the broadcast. If you liked it, say you liked it. If you subscribe, say you subscribe. But that's okay. I'm not concerned about how many people may come in. Again, like, share, and subscribe, and put in the comments that you have done so. This is the second time I've been in this house and found out that a musician that I really like has passed away. Of course, first time was Marvin Gaye. And then I found out about Dolly Parton. Of course, it wasn't even, was it 24 hours ago? You know, it just happened. But this is not only my chance to remember Dolly Parton, but I'll get it together. I know I had trouble sleeping last night thinking about Dolly Parton. She was a person that I did not get the opportunity. I had the opportunity, but it didn't come together to see her live in person. I was looking through some of my papers and stuff. I believe I may still have the original ticket stub. This had to be from the early 80s that I bought a ticket to see Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. They're supposed to be on the concert together. Something happened. Dolly Parton backed out. So that would have been my golden chance to see her and possibly even to have some type of physical contact with her. And it just so happens, I think the person who replaced her on that show was Ray Charles. So, I mean, that's not a loss. I got to see Ray Charles, you know, so that was great. But, yeah, I was supposed to see Dolly Parton. This was back in the early 80s, I think, at Rosemont Horizon. I think that was the name of the venue at that time. And I was a fan of Dolly, admired her. I bought a few albums of hers. Matter of fact, while y'all listening to me, let me walk over to my record cabinet right now, and let me see if my Dolly Parton is here. Hold on. Let's see if I can find. Yeah, here's oh yeah, I intended to do this so people, you all can see. This is also the place where I house my music collection. As you can see, I don't know if you can see this. Let me see. And I hate. There we go. A little bit. I'm trying to show you this album cover. When I do the upload, when I do the editing of this, I will actually put screenshot of these albums. But I got 3 albums here by her. One's called Heartbreak Express. And then I have another one here called Real Love by Dolly. And then I got another one here called Dolly, Dolly, Dolly. It had his single Starting Over Again. I think I have a couple other albums somewhere, and I don't know where they are because I know she made a song called Here You Come Again. Looking better than a body has a right to. Yeah. But I was an avid record collector, and I collected quite a bit of country music and had several albums by Dolly Parton. But I want to say that at that particular time, when I ended up seeing Kenny Rogers, and Dolly Parton was supposed to be there, but she canceled. But again, fortunately, she was replaced by Ray Charles. But one thing that I did there very significantly, and let me go ahead and relate this to my legacy, Geechee Line Music legacy. I wrote a song called Dolly. I want to say 1982. It was around that time. It was between 1982 and 1984. When I re-upload this and edit it, I'll put those dates up. My memory, may be not exact, but it was the early 80s. That, I want to say it was between 81 and 82 to be exact, because I was staying in my apartment in the 67th and Halsted, Marquette and Halsted. I had my own apartment. And I remember when I wrote this song, Dolly, I was on my keyboard and I was sitting in the kitchen and I was sitting in there, sitting at the keyboard and, keying out, the chords, putting my hands, fingering the chords, and also writing the lyrics. Now, the lyrics themselves related to an actual girl named Dolly. She's a young white girl from Metairie, Louisiana. Metairie, Louisiana is right. You might well call it New Orleans. And I'd gone out for an outing, dancing at this club or disco with my cousin. May she rest in peace. Her name's Camellia. But while I was at that dance, I met this young girl named Dolly. She had to be about 18 years old. White girl. Matter of fact, wow. Matter of fact, she had kind of the big hair. You look at this picture on the left. Her hair was kind of Dolly's hair was kind of in that style. I don't think it was that big though, but her hair was kind of like that. And for years, I kept Dolly's picture. And then finally, a few years ago, I picked the picture up. It was still in the frame. And I said, you know what? It's no use of me holding on to this memory. I mean, it went nowhere. I tried to contact her a couple times after that. I think we exchanged a few letters. I actually recorded this song, Dolly, and sent her a cassette of the song. But the song itself was all about meeting somebody and having a good time with them, and then unfortunately having them to leave you so soon. And I think that those lyrics and that sentiment is apropos and appropriate to when I think of Dolly Parton. I think even though she was up there in age, she's 80 years old. A lot of people don't make it to 80. And then I'm hearing a lot of things on the internet, people saying, the God want to take somebody like Dolly Parton away, and then they leaving Satan in the U.S. government. Why didn't he take, the representative of Satan, instead of taking a beautiful woman like Dolly Parton? But that's God for you. You can't really account for what he does. He has his reasons. We don't necessarily gonna find out that. But understand that she was battling cancer. And I know a little bit about that because I had a little cancer scare myself. I just made 67 years old last Friday. So, a lot of people and musicians especially, that I admire, a lot of them did not make it to 67. I think my musical father, Isaac Hayes, I believe he passed at 65. But a lot of them, very few of them seem to reach 80. You got a few that's still out there. Dionne Warwick is still out there. Gladys Knight, Ron Isley, Patti LaBelle is still out there. But the background of this song, again, was about the young white girl I met from Metairie, Louisiana. And I wrote about my personal feelings and experiences as a result of the short time that I had with her. And when I hear some of the lyrics, and when you hear them, because I'm gonna play the song at the end of this broadcast, it's reminiscent of probably a lot of people's thoughts about Dolly Parton. But as far as a direct connection in Geechee Line music legacy, I want to say that if Dolly had come and performed that night, there's a very good chance that I would have been able to maybe shake her hand or maybe give her something Actually, I probably would have given her a cassette of the song Dolly. And I believe that the type of person that she was and the respect that she had for musicians and songwriters such as myself, and also her regard for the humanity of Black people. Let me say that. It's come out on social media that people just, and maybe knew this for several years, but Dolly Parton has never shied away from being connected with Black people. As a matter of fact, now, of course, her connection to Black people is immortalized in several ways. Probably the number one way is the Whitney Houston recording of her song, one of her early songs, I Will Always Love You, which Whitney Houston made it a world forever classic. They'll be talking about that song 10,000 years from now. And from what I understand, she earned over $10 million in royalties for that song because she had enough smart sense to not sign her publishing rights away. Like so many musicians did. Their publishing rights were stolen from them for one reason or another. Isaac Hayes being one. Several others. I think Little Richard had lost his until Michael Jackson, I think, purchased it and gave it back to him. But I believe if Dolly had been there, I would have given her one of my cassettes, and I believe to my soul that she would have listened to that song and she would have responded. I do believe that my musician life would have taken a whole nother turn if I had been able to meet Dolly Parton. So I say that to say Kenny Rogers was there. And let me say that this song, Dolly, has the distinction of being the only song that I've written out of the over 100 songs. Dolly is the only song that I put a recording of it in the personal hand of a musician that I wanted to record it. I did mail one to Little Milton, who happened to be a neighbor of mine. And he actually mailed it back to me. I don't know whether he listened to it or not. I remember there was a music promoter in the neighborhood. As a matter of fact, he lived at the end of the block. I gave him a song for Bobby Womack. He said he gave the song to Bobby Womack in his hand, I guess. I never heard anything from that. But Dolly is the only song that was personally given in Kenny Rogers' hand. Kenny Rogers took it in his hand. I don't believe he listened to it, though. I think that he just collected everything and he mailed it back to me. I don't even think he listened to it. But this is another thing I wanted to say about that meeting with Kenny Rogers. I gave him a cassette of my song in his hand, and that night I received what do you call these things? Tambourine from Kenny Rogers himself. Kenny Rogers personally signed this tambourine. Again, because of the way my settings are on this screen, you can't see it. But when I rebroadcast this, I will take a shot of this. If you're watching the replay, you'll see this tambourine that's personally signed by Kenny Rogers. So I tell everybody that I was this close to Dolly, this close to actually meeting her, 2 degrees of separation. If Kenny Rogers had actually, I don't want to say had a decency, if he had listened to my song and actually gave it a chance and went so far as to let Dolly Parton hear it, I believe it was definitely a candidate to be recorded by him. But it didn't happen. But again, Dolly is a distinction of being the only song I put personally in the musician's hand. So one thing I was saying about Dolly's connection with Black people, she took that $10 million that she got from the royalties from Whitney's performance, and she went and invested it in a Black neighborhood. She invested it in a strip mall. I hope it's still there. I hope it's still thriving and running. I would like to go visit. I'm scheduling a visit to Tennessee while I'm in the States, either next month or the month after. And I might take a detour to Nashville to try to go see that particular mall there that Dolly Parton invested in. And I do have plans. I do want to go to Dollywood. Yeah, I know I could have done it long before now, but things happen. But now I have a little more impetus to do it. I don't know if I'll go to Dollywood this year, maybe on a future American run. But she also made another big connection with Black people. Her song Jolene was covered by one of the biggest Black female artists of all time. Beyonce did Jolene. And for one to understand, Dolly Parton wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You on the same day. How about that for being a prolific songwriter? I don't think I've ever written 2 songs in one day. I'm lucky to do one. But Dolly actually wrote 2 blockbuster hits, both done by Black women. So she was very much connected to the Black community and respected us and saw us as people who matter in this world. She stood up for when they said Black Lives Matter. She said, of course they do. Not only my white ass or our white asses matter, but everybody matters. So I tell you right now, maybe I'll Google it one day, or maybe if you're watching this, you can Google it. Has any other white artist ever said this? Any? Other than Dolly Parton? I don't know. I don't think so. I know, country music has a reputation of being, having a lot of racist undertones. Of course, it's from the South and Dixieland and all that kind of stuff. But speaking of Dixie, she had a attraction there called Dixie Stampede. Once she kind of got the realization that Dixie, the name was offensive, to Black people, she changed the name. She took the name Dixie off of it. So, this is just 3 examples. The Whitney Houston, the Beyonce, and taking their money and invested it in Black communities. Who else has done that? Has any other country artist done that? You can look it up. I love Loretta Lynn. I did get a chance to see her live in person. Of course, she's really up in age then, but I was able to see her perform. Has she ever done that? I don't know. Barbara Mandrell. She was hot for a while. I remember her. She recorded a couple of songs by Black people. Denise LaSalle wrote Married but not to each other. She also did Woman to Woman. That ain't nothing but soul coming out of Memphis. I don't know if she went so far as to say the things that Dolly Parton has said or donated to that extent or gave that type of recognition, but Dolly Parton did it. I saw a post. I'm going to see if I can find it here. And it described in exact detail what my sentiments were about Dolly Parton, and especially as regard to Black people. Here it is. And I'm going to give a shout out here to Conscious Lee, who I guess is another YouTube creator. He said, Dolly, and I'll put this screenshot on the screen too. Conscious Lee said, Dolly Parton, one of them white folks that Black people don't play about and hold in high regards. And he couldn't have said it better. I know I don't play. I personally don't play. And I'm Black as it can be. I don't play about Dolly Parton. Okay? And I gladly tell you that I like her and honor her and hold her in high regard. I don't play about her. Some of these other suspicious, rednecks or whatever, I can kind of wave a little bit on, but not Dolly Parton. And I'm proud to say that we both share Tennessee roots. Of course, she's from Pigeon Forge. My mother is from Memphis. She came up to Chicago from Memphis. I think she was 13 years old. So I have Memphis and Tennessee all in my house, raised by Memphis, Tennessee in my house. So I wanted to present this legacy here, Dolly. Again, remembering how great a person she was, how close I was to meeting her, and a connection. And again, I have already released the song Dolly, a version of it on my Wedding Day album by Chi Lion Soul. I have if you go to geecheemusic.com, you can purchase that CD. As a matter of fact, hold it. It is right here. You can see this. Yeah, Wedding Day. Wedding Day. You can see it a little bit. Again, I'll put the picture of it up on the screen when I do the editing and rebroadcast this. So right now, what I want to do, and again, I tried to text bomb and message bomb people out there to come to this and see this live, but wasn't that successful, but that's okay. Again, I did what I need to do. I said my piece about Dolly Parton, and I intend to honor her even more in the future. Yeah, hey Link, you about my only follower. I have over 1,200 subscribers, but I mean very few of them follow me. Very few of them. I have a very small audience. But some things I'm going to do, I'm going to put it out there as part of my legacy. If one person see it, if 10 people, if 1,000 people see it, then that's what it is. What'd you say? You and Lily? Yeah. You and Lilibeth Tate. And she probably didn't know I was on. I didn't get a chance to message her. I could have called her by WhatsApp. a messenger. I didn't even think to do that. But again, hopefully people will see it. No, if you join, well, you didn't join me in the beginning, obviously. I'm in Chicago. I got back to Chicago 2 nights ago. It's Wednesday here now. I got here late Monday night from Davao City. So I'm back in the States for a couple of months. Plan on, of course, I'm at my music headquarters right now, Geechee Music, international headquarters here in Chicago. I intend on paying a visit to my headquarters down in Memphis, Tennessee, and hopefully do some recording. Now, based on this happening with Dolly Parton, I may have to take a trip to Nashville. I had a couple of songs that were produced in Nashville, so I think I'm going to try to reach out to that person. And I moved to the Philippines permanently. I've been over there for 3 years. Only every year, 2024, 2025, 2026, I came back to America just for 2 months. I think in 2024, I came back here for 2 months. In 2025, I was there for 3 months. No. 2024, I was there 3 months. And then 2024, I came back to America for 2 months. 2025, last year I stayed about 3.5 months. This year, I'm going to say at least 2 months. I have to see how things go. Again, I'm planning to go to Memphis. I might go to Nashville to do some music production. I got a couple of places that I'm planning on going. I moved up to the Philippines permanently. I'm in Davao City. So I've settled down. Found me a nice woman over there. And, I'm there. But I'm still here as President and Supreme Minister of Geechee Music. And I hope to finish 2 albums. I'm just conservatively want to give myself, if I can complete the work on 2 albums while I'm in the States. I had plans to do some studio recording in Davao before I left, but that fell through. The musicians that I was in contact with, they're not as talented, they're not as skilled as the musicians that I was dealing with Musiversal. I mean, those guys, as long as they, I had a couple of them, they learned my song with no sheet music. And these guys talking about they need want a week to prepare, and they want sheet music and all this kind of shit. So you know what? And then they want to charge more. So I can't be messing with that. What's my opinion on the Philippines? I thought once you got there, no more coming back. Yeah, well, I'm coming back here because both of my parents are still living. I still have my daughter here. I still have other interests here. Again, music and otherwise. So yeah, I'm coming back. At least the intent is to come back here for at least a couple of months out of the year. So that's what that is. It says found a spouse, you say. Yeah, you could call her that. Technically, she's not my spouse, but I will say she's my woman, certainly. Yeah. And the thing about that, I met her, you might remember, I met her when I first came to Davao. I wasn't even in the Philippines 4 months. Let me see, October, November. Yeah, I wasn't even in the Philippines 3 months, and I met her. And it just so happened that stuck. So that's where that is right now. But right now, I do want to play the song now. This is a version of the song, again, from my wedding day. I do have a version of this on my wedding day CD and album collection. When you gonna buy some of my music, Link? When you gonna buy some of my music? I mean, I know who. I see all the sales, so I know who bought music. Okay, so I need you want to buy some music. And while I'm in the States, you're in the States, and I'm here. I have the physical CDs here with me. So if you order the CD, I got the 4 CD set for $50, 4 CDs, and that includes delivery anywhere in the United States. So why don't you go do that? Go to geecheemusic.com, order that 4 CD set, and I can send my 4 CDs out to you. I've done 8 albums. 8 albums. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I had a couple of posts on my YouTube channel that you might have seen. Obviously, you might have seen Filipina P on a couple of them. You might have seen Sharon. You might have seen a couple of other vloggers who I don't deal with no more. And then you might see my model, Bianco, who is my official Filipino model, who's the only one who she gave her consent to be my model. And then, of course, Ging, who used to be a vlogger. She used to go with Gio to play the white playboy Gio. Love him and leave him. Yeah, well, my songwriting, I know it's great. I know it's great. I already know that. But I'm trying to reach the audience that thinks it's great enough to go pay for it. That's another thing about the music industry. When I was a boy, I might have been, I don't even think I was 10 years old when I bought records, 45s with my own money. People these days don't want to buy no music. They want to stream it. They want to get everything for free. And back out here, I was 10, 11 years old buying There's a Ride Going On by Sly Family Stone, Carole King Tapestry, Rare Earth Get Ready. Bought another collection, the Good Times in Country Music. Bought Elvis Presley, Elvis Golden Records. These are all records that Shaft, Isaac Hayes, these are all records that I bought with my own money. And I wasn't even 12, 12 years old or under. And I was paying for music. So I want my music to be not just paying lip service. I want some people by paying some money. If they, I think it's great enough to be, be purchased. That's the audience I'm trying to get. Somebody's gonna buy the music. So I tell everybody, you go and support us. You see the scroll on the bottom. Weekly and monthly subscriptions to my streaming service start only $5. And then all my CDs and all my singles and albums are out there. Yeah, the one my model, that's all to be. I put her on the thumbnail for Dolly, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one. This one is a personal connection with Dolly Parton. So I'm the only one. I'm the only person that can say this. I think if you missed the beginning, I put a recording of this song in Kenny Rogers' hand because I intended for him to sing it and kind of sing it with Dolly or to Dolly because they were performing together at that time. Matter of fact, she was supposed to be in live in concert, but she backed out. She canceled. So ended up Ray Charles replaced her, that wasn't a bad deal. But, I came this close to actually meeting and having personal contact with Dolly Parton. And it just so happens that this song is personally connected to her. So this is a very special song, one of the most special songs that I've written. And I want you all to enjoy it. This is Dolly. Again, I think I wrote this. It had to be 1982. And this was a beautiful song. Yes, it was about someone who didn't necessarily die too soon, but left too soon. So you can, I want all the Dolly Parton fans to hear this and appreciate it and comment on it. Hope go buy it. But look out for me doing some more production out of Nashville, Tennessee. That's I got that on line to do. So without further ado, I'm going to present a version here of Dolly, dedicated to a sweet woman, beautiful woman, Dolly Parton. May she rest in peace, rest in power. I love her. And this particular song is going out to, this song, Dolly, it wasn't about the fact that Dolly, who was a real person, she didn't die, she didn't pass away, she just left town, she just left the city, and I didn't see her anymore after that. Yeah, that's Dolly. So you want that full length of that song, get the CD, Wedding Day, which includes Dolly. So without further ado, like, share, and subscribe. Share this broadcast with your few people on social media and Facebook. All right. This is Dolly. Rest in peace, my dear.
Before I first met you, you attracted me. Imagine that I soon dance with you, 'cause you attracted me. Wandering around, listening to the sounds, hoping for the chance. Then finally, you were standing next to me. I said, would you like to dance? You said yes. We danced on the floor till we could dance no more. We shared a little time. I was feeling so fine. Looked into your eyes and surely you inspired me. Saw your lovely smile and truly you inspired me. Therefore I sing, Dolly, yours is the touch I can't forget easily. And Dolly, girl, it's eating me. Oh, Dolly, why did you leave and go so soon? Dolly, Dolly, my love, you left too soon. Yes, you did. You had to leave so soon. Just think, I nearly kissed you, but you had to leave so soon. I walk around hearing funny sounds, wishing for the chance. In my fantasy, you were lying close to me. I said, let us share love. You said yes. We made love in the night till we were both satisfied. You lay by my side. I was feeling alright. Looked into your eyes and surely you inspired me. Saw your lovely smile and truly you inspired me. And therefore I sing, Dolly, yours is the touch I won't forget easily. And Dolly, I miss you so much, girl, it's eating me. Oh, Dolly, why did you have to go so soon, leaving me all alone? Oh, Dolly, Dolly, my love, you left too soon. Yes, you did. And I miss your love.